Hi babes, how are you? If you're new, hi, welcome. And my name is Michelle, and I'm going to be answering some questions for today's Q&A. I also had some DMs, so I'm going to just answer them all today. So first one on YouTube, we have JPV, and he says, "Hi love, how do you handle your workload?" Was your first question. So the beginning, it was pretty overwhelming. As you guys know, I just recently became a full-time YouTuber or video content creator. Before me being here full-time, I was working full-time at Target and part-time here. Then throughout the year that I've been here, because I've been here for almost 2 years, a year and a half, I switched to part-time over there and full-time here. So I was juggling 2 jobs and obviously being a full-time mom on the middle of that. So it was very, very overwhelming because, I mean, you know, I had to get up and take my son to daycare, go over there, come back and record or edit because I do my own edits. So with that said, it was very overwhelming, but I had to connect very well with my goddess, and I tried to meditate. I also took some time off, like I didn't just jump in and just did videos and you know, and editing, because it was a lot of work. I have an amazing partner, my fiance, my boyfriend. He helps me every time he has a chance. He will actually sometimes clean, or I'll cook and he'll clean, take care, help my son, you know, like take care of him, you know, watch him and all that when I needed to, because, you know, sometimes it could be a lot. And my son was a little more time, like he's 3.5, so he's more independent now. But at the time he was, you know, a little baby, so he will help me out watching him and all of that. And it was a lot of course, teamwork. I don't know how I would have done it without my boyfriend, because he helps me so much. So I'm very thankful for that. As of right now, as I became a full-time YouTuber, and I'm used to it already, I actually had a lot of things that I changed. As for example, I created a website for my personal readings, which before I would take messages, now I don't. And those little things of, you know, helping me with my personal readings with the website, being able to have an open schedule, being here now, helps me a lot to manage my workload, as in one day I can record up to 6 videos sometimes, and that is amazing because for me it's a lot of content. I'm able to take days off, which I do. I also establish my boundaries, as I'm not available 24/7 as back in the day I used to. I'm no longer like that when it comes to my other platforms, because I do have other platforms as Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Messages are looked over most likely Monday to Friday. I don't answer on the weekends because it was becoming too much. I'm the kind of person that I love when people comment, when people message me, and I always reply unless I've been harassed, you know. But I always reply, and I was like on my phone like this every single time because I was afraid to say no, because I'm bitchy, but I'm kind at the same time. So when I established those boundaries, because I needed some time for myself, I suffer from anxiety, you know, I was available for everybody, my son, my boyfriend, YouTube, every single social media, but I wasn't available for me. So when I started establishing a schedule, boundaries, I actually created websites that will help me, you know, especially with my personal readings. All of that actually helps me manage the workload. I always meditate, but I'm now meditating some more. I use when I'm not recording or so, when I'm in my house, you know, doing my normal stuff, I put relaxing music that banishes anxiety and all of that. I actually work out as well. So those things, especially not having 2 to 3 jobs, helps me manage the workload a lot more, because I feel like I have more time to, you know, do a proper job and relax and being with my family in a way that I like. Now, were you open about being a witch and intuitive tarot reader with your current man from the beginning? Yes. I actually, it was funny, I met my fiance, with him and we met in a app, Facebook. I don't know if it still does. When I had my Facebook, Facebook had an app that actually is for like a dating app, but it was like local around where you live. And that's when he met me. And on my bio, and that I no longer have the app, of course. As soon as I started dating him, I closed it. So in that bio, it will tell them like I'm a tarot reader, I'm a pagan, I'm a witch, because I was never, and I'm never a liar, and I didn't want somebody who wouldn't like me and then want to change me. And of course, I was never the kind of person, and I'm not the kind of person who likes to force my beliefs into others. So if they're not into that, I didn't want them to get emotionally attached, or like going against their beliefs or family, or thinking that they could change me, because that's not an option. So I always was open about it way before. As soon as he started talking to me, he knew who I was, he knew what I liked, he knew what I do. At the beginning, he was a little bit scared, because I don't know why, that's like a misconception, but as soon as he understood what I did, what I am, he started accepting it. And at this today, now he knows a lot, and he acts like me. Like he will like use sage, ask me for, hey baby, do an energetic bath, stuff like that. So it's funny how your partner gets adjusted to you, and now he's just as much as a witch as I am. Like we're both witches. But I was always open to him since day one. I was open to my family as well, even that they did not accept me, and today they don't like me when I talk about it. But everybody knows, especially him. He always knew, so it was not even a taboo or anything. I even told him that if he didn't like it, that we could stop talking at the time, and he said no, that he was accepting me, that he didn't care what I did and all that, and that was awesome. He was always supportive since day one. Now we got seen it. L, what is your star sign? I'm a Libra. What is my favorite color? My favorite color is black. I know it's like a witch thing, but I always like black. Back in my high school days, I was a scene / emo girl, and I always like black or gray. So you will always see me between black or gray. Of course, now I've changed as I'm an adult. I open to other colors, but my favorite one is of course black. How did I become a tarot reader? I always liked tarot readings, even when I was with my ex-partner, which he was a Christian and he didn't like it. So I always watch YouTubers and all that. I always liked it, and I always have an intuition. I will say like, oh, this is gonna happen like this, and it will happen. Once I separated from him, like once I got out of that relationship years ago, I continued to watch YouTube, and one day I said, you know what, I'm gonna buy my own tarot deck. And I did it off of eBay. I didn't know much about Amazon back then. I bought it off of eBay, and I bought a book. That book doesn't no longer exist, because it was I bought it like an used book, right? So that book actually was the one that actually taught me how to read multiple meanings and whatnot. I still have it somewhere here. I have still a box full of boxes and books that I haven't gone through. So one day I'll show you guys to see if you guys could find it. But as of right now, I don't have it on me, or like right away. I still have things to do. But once again, that's how I actually became a tarot reader. It took me a whole year, because first of all, I just did it for myself. I did it for, because it was a hobby. It helped me heal. I did it with my friends. I actually did their cards with my friends. Like I had, coworkers and all that, and I practiced within a year with my friends to become better, because, you always have intuition, but practice makes perfect, right? And as soon as I have the 1 year, I started in Instagram, doing my readings on Instagram, and from Instagram I grew, and I moved to TikTok, which I also grew, and then I moved to YouTube within a year and a half. I didn't took any classes. Back then, I didn't know there were classes for it. So I just bought multiple books, astrology books. Then I kept buying cards, and some cards brought their own book, which I utilized with, my intuition. But I've always been an intuitive tarot reader. I feel like you're born like that as well. So if you are intuitive, tarot may not be as harsh as other people may be, once again, but not every witch is a tarot reader, and that's totally fine, because there is multiple witches out there that are amazing, that do multiple other things, like mediumships, like the kitchen witches and all that. Like there's multiple witches out there that doesn't actually do tarot, but they're amazing witches. Once again, some people feel like you have to be an intuitive tarot reader or a tarot reader to be a witch. Not really. You can do anything else. There's also people who read the coffee. I don't feel drawn to that, so that's why I did not study. People just read the palm. So there's multiple realms or parts of reading that you can do if you don't feel like tarot readers are for you. I do my own editings on my videos. You can also buy a program for that. But let me start over. Yes, I do my own editing. First of all, when I started this, I did not get paid. You don't get paid on YouTube right away. It takes a lot. It took me like almost a year to get paid. Once again, I got whatever programs there is. I always tell people that each creation from a YouTuber is their own, and each one of us put our own personality, creativity, and we will actually find what's accessible and what works best for us. So I don't want anybody just to go with what I say, because a quick reminder is that one thing about YouTubers or social media is that you, once again, whatever works for me may not work for you. Whatever works for you may not work for me. Being original is all about originality, because if you look around, there's nothing that has not been done, right? Everything has been done at one point. So it's not about competition. It's about being at the same level, because I don't see other tarot readers as competition. I see them as colleagues, fellow tarot readers, because we bring our own ways of reading cards. You cannot copy somebody else's way of reading cards, because the message is not going to come through. You're going to get in trouble with spirits. Like, you cannot just copy somebody else's way of reading, because each one of us have our own way. That's why there's multiple tarot readers, and there's multiple messages and ways of speaking or interpreting the cards. If you want to start a YouTube channel, like you said here, it takes me, like, for example, it takes me an hour to two to edit one video. That's 30 minutes, 40 minutes, because, I'm very picky. I like to add stuff. Now, everything I add and everything that you see in my videos is my personality, is what I like. So there's nothing that I can tell you to do it like this, because that's my way. Like, the way that you see me, that I'll do my makeup, the way I dress, that's how I am. So the best thing for you is you can always, for example, what I did before I posted here, I went to YouTube, of course, and there is a YouTube creator channel that you can actually go, and it helps you edit. It helps you find tools and all of that you can find your way in how to edit your own videos and how to do your own way. Because the fact is that if you're an original and you don't bring content that is original or your own way, you're copying somebody else, it may not work. It may not succeed, because it has been seen before. So that's why when people message me or email me about it, I say just be true to yourself. And I know some people get mad, but at the end of the day, each creator has worked very hard for their content, has worked very hard to make a name for themselves, and has worked very, very hard to, to be able to make a living out of like what they love, which is creating content. So at the end of the day, creators are not going to tell you exactly what to do, because you're supposed to find that on your own. Your channel is like your fingerprint. You're supposed to be yourself and bring your own content so people feel drawn to you. It's not to choose you over something else or choose you over somebody else, but it's just like to bring people into your channel and to make them like it, because you are being not only original but true to yourself. So there is plenty of free programs that you can find on the internet. You can also buy programs if you want something more advanced. I pay for my program. If you don't have the time, or you rather not edit your own videos, you can always find people online that edit videos, So at the end of the day, there is multiple resources that you can actually find to create your videos the way you want. People's intros and all of that at the same way are quite original. So you have to find a program, like I said before, and that creates that for you, because everything is custom made. So you will actually find a program, or maybe somebody who can do it for you, depends, and you tell them how you like it, or you do it the way you like it, but everything is custom made. Everything takes time and takes effort. So if you want to create your own channel, the best thing I can tell you is do your research, because it took me up to like a year before I started posting, because, you know, I wanted to buy my lights. I wanted this, you know, investing in your stuff if it's a tarot reading channel. Also, I didn't want to be like other people. I wanted to be my own myself and also bring something different. And that's what I've done so far. Another thing about tarot readings or YouTube itself is that not every single video is going to perform the way you expected, talking about views and all that. And if you actually create a channel just because of the fame, just because of the money, that is why people stop creating, and that's why people stop recording, is because it's not always like that. You are not going to always perform the way you think you are. And if you're doing things for the money or for the fame, and I'm not saying you are, this is just a general advice, it's just not going to work. Another thing is that not everybody's going to like what you do. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to be into the way you do things and the way you dress or the way that you present yourself. And that's something that I learned the hard way. So the online, I don't know if before it used to be like this, but now it's very harsh. People are very mean, disrespectful sometimes, and you have to have thick skin. And when I started this YouTube channel, it was very hard on me, and now I doesn't. Like, you just report and block, and that's it. So that's another thing that, you know, you have to have thick skin. You cannot just be driven by fame or driven by money, because it may not happen soon. Like, I've been in this channel for almost 2 years now, and I'm growing little by little, and I'm so thankful for that. And I'm thankful for the views, I'm thankful for my subscribers. But at the end of the day, it takes a lot of time, a lot of like mental draining sometimes, because you got to be like, oh, let me create something new, let me create something that people will like. And sometimes you try something that you think is gonna be good, and and people don't like it, so you have to move to the next idea. So it's always about topping your creation. So at the end of the day, you stay relevant and you stay like interesting, right? And that is why your own creativity is so important. That's why your own personality is so important. That's why finding yourself, the way that you want to present yourself, the way that you want to edit, the way that you want to read the cards, for example, let's say that you want to be a tarot reader, is so important. Because if you are copying somebody else and everything, they're gonna go to the original. They're not gonna go to you. So that's why you have to be original. That's why I try to be original. Yeah, you can be inspired, because I'm not gonna lie, everybody's inspired by somebody else, but make it your own. And one other thing is that I have multiple friends who are creators, who are personal friends, and they have their own thing, they have their own fame, they have their own thing going on, and you can't expect somebody else to help you, somebody else to pretty much feature you. I created this channel from nothing. I worked my way up, and yeah, it could have been easier if somebody featured me, but I understand that nobody owes me anything, you know, that they work for their stuff and they don't have to give me anything. So another thing is that not every creator is going to help you grow. You know what I'm trying to say? And this is what collabs happen, or, you know, when people do collabs, sometimes they start talking very badly about the other person, because it's all about transaction. And that's why I don't do collabs, or I haven't done it, is because, first of all, nobody has invited me, and second of all, it's just like I'd rather, you know, climb the ladder as with the flow. Whatever my universe wants to give me, whenever my goddess wants to give me, I'm okay, because I'm so thankful. I'm so glad. I'm actually in love with my job. Honestly, this is like the easiest job I ever had, because, you know, I did work multiple jobs. Like, I worked retail, I worked at 9 to 5, I worked at 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. like daily. I used to work in factories and all that. So this job is the easiest, as I have my own schedule. I'm able to do what I love, because I love this job so much. I love this job so much. And hold on. But like I said, I love my job. It allows me to have an open schedule. I can actually do more things with my day. The first thing is I can be with my son, and I can do what I need to do with his schooling and all that. I'm a very anxious person, so I'd rather stay home, and this helps me a lot, that I don't have to go out and get a panic attack or anxiety attack. So, you know, this job is not the hardest job ever, but it does take a lot of like creativity and constant posting and constant mindset, tunnel vision. my best advice is do not focus on the money, do not focus on the fame, focus on what you love to do and be true to yourself, and don't change or don't copy anybody. Just stay true to yourself, because I'm pretty sure each one of you are amazing and you guys can bring so much to the table just being yourself. But going back to the resources, I highly recommend you to check the YouTube creators channel, because it'll even show you how to do it and inspire you better. There's multiple channels that I did check. I just put what to do to start posting on YouTube. You name it better. But I type it like that and it tells you shows you so many videos that you can find, and they even actually tell you some tools that you can use. You can always type it on Google and you can find a lot of things over there. So the resources are unlimited. There's free resources, there's like paid resources. Of course, the paid resources are better. So that's pretty much it. Actually, another person also on my Instagram told me or asked me, forgot her name, what is the hardest thing of doing YouTube? And one of the thing is, the hardest thing that I could say of being a creator is that sometimes people forget that you're a person. Sometimes people forget that you go through stuff. Some days I've been having horrendous days because life happens to all of us, and I sit here, I go through it and sit here and I put my heart and soul, and sometimes people just they see me in a different mood and they're like, oh, she is mad, she is not happy, da da da. You don't know sometimes what happens behind scenes, and people don't know. And sometimes getting judged by a video, and they think that they know your whole life, they think they know your whole personality just based on the video, is very heartbreaking when it comes to people who have supported you for a long time. Like, we all have good days and bad days, we all suffer, we all go through challenges. And one of the things that I learned about being a influencer, let's call me like that, or online person, whatever you want to call me, is that people forget that you're a person and that you go through a lot of things, especially with kids, with a kid that's like autism. I go through a lot of things that people don't see, and I'm okay with that. But forgetting that I'm a person sometimes breaks my heart, because I'm like, dang, I put my heart and soul and I just had a bad day, or I've been anxious. Another thing is that fake friends. Like, I have actually encountered, not only now, nothing recent. This is not recent. This is like months before, because I always knew I was going to be great. I always knew that I was going to succeed, because I trust me. I trust my goddess, and I don't give up. And I had people who wouldn't talk to me, and this is people who knew me in person, like worked with me or so, and they wouldn't talk to me. The minute they knew that I did TikTok, that I was doing better, that I was doing great, they started talking to me, and I get excited because I'm not a person who has a lot of friends. Okay, I'm very to myself. I'm actually very, very outgoing, but I with certain people, and when new people approach me and they show me that they want to be friends with me, I get very excited. And I used to get super excited, and then, oh, give me a reading, or post me here, or can you promote this? And I'm like, I thought I was gaining a friend, but I was not gaining anything. People just wanted to use me in a way, and just realizing that was very heartbreaking for me. And it's still heartbreaking, because I still think about it and I'm like very hurt by that. But that's one of the things that became very hard too, and most likely it won't end. It might happen in the future, who knows. But getting fake friends that just want to use you in a way, shape, or form is one of the things that it broke my heart. And this is nobody online. This was people who knew me. Once again, don't be putting my words in my mouth. No. It's not a subscriber. It's not a follower. None of that. It's people, because it was like 3 people who knew me personally that never talked to me. And then they want to talk to me just to get free stuff from me or get promoted in a way, shape, or form. And I don't longer talk to them. They blocked, because I was like, no, I felt very heartbroken when I realized that's what they wanted to do. Also, getting family members who just reach out to me when they need to, specific things. Family members that I have never talked to. Like, I don't even have them on social media. They just randomly don't even add me on social media, but they just message me. And those are the things that, broke my heart as well. That I was like, oh my God, I was invisible until they thought like I can help them in a way. So that's another thing. Also, the fact that people don't get that I don't have to say yes all the time, that I have a life, because I'm not like Cardi B. I cook and I clean, baby. I cook and I clean and I take care of my family. So sometimes people think that I'm just here on the phone and it's hard to say no, because I don't like to say no, because I love and care for each one of you. But I have learned it the hard way that I can't be there 24/7, because then I get behind in life, and or my mental health doesn't actually do any better. So some people don't understand that I could say no, that I reserve the right to say no, that I have boundaries, that that I don't have to say yes all the time. And sometimes people, like I said, going back to what I said, people forget that I'm a person that I could say no. And it's heartbreaking, that people be like, oh, I'm following you, you're a bad person, and talk to me in a such disrespectful way. And that is also heartbreaking. And when I used to, because now I don't, because it's not even worth it. But when people used to be mean to me and I would just clap back, people be like, oh, you're so mean. And I was being judged by things that they probably do on a daily basis, because I'm most likely, none of us like to be disrespected, and none of us will allow disrespect like that, right? So that is the thing. It's like, once you are on YouTube a creator, you lose a sense of humanity, and into some people's eyes, not everybody's, you lose some certain rights. Like, they don't want you to do this, they don't want you to do that, and it's like very, very hard that they forget that you are still a person, and that you have problems, that you have health issues, that and as of right now, I'm actually very happy with my job, but I'm not a millionaire, like, that's one of the things, that don't think that every YouTuber is a millionaire, though. Not every YouTuber has thousands of dollars in their bank account. We are just normal people like me. I'm a normal person who gets paid the same thing that anybody could get paid on a 9 to 5 so far. So at the end of the day, that is one of the things that people think, like, oh, get this, buy this. I even have people messaging me to ask me to send them money, like if I had thousands of dollars, and like, no, I don't have that. So people who are on the internet, we are normal people who have struggles, everything. But at the end of the day, we love what we do, and we continue. And in this world of influencing or creating videos, there's a lot of ups and there's a lot of downs in this. So you have to be ready for both. You cannot just picture it as picture perfect and you're just gonna be going up, because some days, in some months, you're not. You're just gonna be like in the middle. So do it because you love it. Do it because this is your passion. How to do things, connect with your divine being, find your voice, find your way. Do not copy others. And sometimes you gotta create things on your own and you won't get help, and that's totally fine, because there's nothing better than being self-made. Like myself, I'm self-made and I don't owe anything to anybody, and that's something that I feel so proud of, because I hate to owe things to people, like, I created, I post, and I didn't use anybody to get what I got, Of course, if I shouldn't have somebody, maybe I would have been bigger by now, but at the end of the day, I don't care about that. I'm happy with the process. I'm happy with all my subscribers. I'm blessed. I'm loving it. I'm thankful, and I wouldn't change any of my subscribers for anything in the world, And the community I have created, the relationship that I have with every single one of you, is more valuable than any numbers I can achieve. And anybody who likes me, anybody who likes my readings and wants to support my channel will find me. And those who have been here since day one, and those who continue to join and be part of the community, you guys are so thankful. I'm so thankful for all of you. You guys are so valuable to me. And again, I manifest blessings for every single one of you. I know that it can be difficult, but that is who I am. But at the end of the day, you guys have a special part of my heart, and everything I do with all the love and intentions of not only be entertaining, but also bringing the guidance in, clarity that you guys may seek. With this said, this is all I got. I hope you guys liked it.